Hello. Hi, buddy. Hello. Hi. Alright, so a big part of the Just Jolie brand, aside from Jasper, of course, are my plants. You know, they just make me feel calm and relaxed, and I just put some vibey music on, make some coffee, take care of the plants, and it's a good time to just think about absolutely nothing. So today I'm just going to be sharing with you guys how I personally take care of my little plant children. But first, I gotta give you guys a quick tour of all of my babies. First up, as you guys can see, we got the beautiful Patricia, the palm. We got, oh, look at this new growth going on. She's thriving. I had to cut, you know, a few of the dead ones off, but other than that, she's looking pretty good. Next up, we got Ling, and over there, we got Long. Ling Long. Ling Long. Up here, we got Ching. Down here, we got Chong. Ching Chong. Okay, these are the Pothos. Ooh, look, just viney, cascading, beautiful, separation of the spaces. Come on, look at that. Then over here, we got Cheese. Oh my God, I mean, Cheese might be one of my favorites. Like, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? We got a few unnamed babies over here, bada boom, bada bing. So long story short, the way I keep my plants alive is I always make sure to have drainage holes, whether I keep them in the nursery pots or I repot them. I always make sure to have holes that the excess water can drain out of, because the majority of indoor houseplants die because of overwatering. You know, the soil stays damp and you just give it more water, and then the roots just kind of sit in that water, making the roots rot. However, if you have drainage holes, I just make sure to water them and then let the soil completely dry out. It takes anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks depending on the weather and conditions. You just feel the soil. Once it feels nice and dry, then I just completely saturate the soil in water, then let the excess water come out, and then I just kind of repeat the process. This method has been working really, really well for my plants, but obviously, you know, some plants prefer their soils to be a little bit more damp all of the times, but for the most part, it's because the snake plants and the Pothos are like very, very resilient. Sometimes I can go upwards to 3 weeks without watering my plants, and it's nice because for a lazy millennial, you don't want to be spending every day spritzing your plants, checking the soil. You know, once a week, stick your finger in, and if it's dry, you know, maybe lift up the plant. If it's pretty light, then you probably need some water. So keep it simple. Just make sure you guys have some drainage holes. Even if you decide to repot the plants, you know, just get like a little tray that the water can, you know, collect in. As for my big boys, the big plants, I actually take them into the bathtub. So just pick them up. As you guys can see, they're super light right now because they're quite dry. Take them in. So yeah, they just go in here, one big happy family, turn the shower on, and yeah, that is pretty much it. I adjust the shower head, so I would start with Patricia over there, give her going for, I don't know, a minute or two until the soil is completely saturated, and then I just move it down to the next one, and then to the next one. Super simple, and because they have the drainage holes, all the excess water is just going to drain out. Oh baby, look at all this hydration, you know? And then just move it down, onto the next. So once all the soil is completely saturated, just let them chill in the bathtub for a bit, just because I don't want, you know, a pool of water to come up in the saucer and then I have to clean it up. So just let them chill and then take care of your smaller baby. So for my smaller boys, I do the exact same thing, except I just take them to the sink, give her a quick rinse-a-rooney, then you're good to go. This one. This one. Oh, why is this one so yellow? The other one's meh. So that is pretty much how I take care of all of my plants. I think it is quite simple. Now I'm just going to be answering some of the frequently asked questions that I get regarding my plants. The very first one being where I get my plants. Now you can get them anywhere, but I would highly recommend checking out like home improvement centers like Home Depot, Canadian Tire, Rona, because if they have a separate gardening section, you can find some really great plants for super low prices. Like all of my big boys I got from Home Depot and they were $20. Whereas if I were to go to a specialty plant store for a larger snake plant, it'll be easily anywhere from $40 to $100. So definitely do some looking around. 100% check out the local plant shops as well, but check out the home improvement centers because you are going to get, I don't know, a bit more bang for your buck. But yeah, just do a lot of shopping around. Next question is, do I use any fertilizer for my plants? No, when I had my big like bird of paradise, I did have like a liquid plant food that I would use in the summer seasons. However, I just use water, and you know, because my space gets a ton of natural light, it hasn't really been a problem. But obviously, you know, do research on your plants and your living conditions and your humidity levels, etc. But Vancouver is a pretty humid, you know, gloomy / sunny climate. So I don't know, the plants have been doing really great. How do you deal with the bugs and insects from your plants? I haven't really noticed any. I don't know if it's because maybe Jasper has been just eating them as soon as he finds them, but it hasn't been too much of a problem for me. I know people who have like plants and plants to the point where like there is no more actual like living space almost. It is completely saturated, and I just don't think I want my place to get like that, just because of, you know, how much it would require to maintain all of the plants, but also like the humidity levels, and just, yeah, you can get some little creepy crawlies, and I just, you know, I don't vibe with that. So I don't know, I think this is like a perfect amount for the space I have. But yeah, it's not like I am addicted to plants, which is a good segue into the next question, which is, how do you deal with minimalism and owning so many plants? So I know I say this often, but minimalism for myself isn't about having a low number of things. If you enjoy it, use it often, and get a lot of value out of it, then have it. You know, if you're a cook, you're gonna need a lot of pots and pans, you're gonna need a lot of tasting spoons. If you're an artist, you're gonna need paintbrushes and paint and different canvases. And that's exactly the same thing if you're a videographer, if you like plants, etc. If you get a lot of value out of it, own it. You know, just don't go on other people's videos saying Joe's a fake minimalist because he owns more than 5 plants. Why does he need them? Does he really need them? He's not a minimalist. It's not about having your needs met, you know? I would say then you're just broke. You know, just, I don't know, just be a bit more intentional with it. But it's not like I'm counting the number of plants I have just to be a quote unquote minimalist. You do you. Are you ever worried about your dog eating your plants? Some plants can be very toxic. Please be careful. Like Jasper is almost 3 years old. I can't remember the last time he like chewed up a shoe. Like he only did that when he was a very small puppy. But I'm not worried. He hasn't eaten a plant ever. If he were to eat a plant, I'm sure he would have done it in the past 2 years, but he hasn't, so I'm not too concerned. But yeah, if you guys have like cats or other dogs, some plant species can be very toxic to pets, so just keep that in mind. But at the end of the day, like, you know your pet best, but I appreciate the concern. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. That's how I take care of my plants. Just make sure you guys have drainage holes. Once again, I'm not a professional. I'm not telling you to do this. This is just what works for me. Do research on your specific plant and plant species and your conditions and your living, you know, environment, and you know, just figure things out. But plants are just one of the really only things where I just do for the sake of not doing anything, if that makes sense. Like, it just serves no purpose for my business or my, you know, development, whatever. I just do it to just relax, and I think everybody needs something like that. So let me know in the comment section what that is for you. Some people don't like plants, they don't like taking care of them, but you know, I just don't think plastic plants are the way to go. Don't get me wrong, I've definitely done that before, but just plastic plants literally serve no purpose, like zero purpose. But anyways, I don't want to get into that topic right now. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and remember to be less shitty. Jasper, can you give us a goodbye nose boop? Okay, 3, 2, 1, boop.